So this is 2021 BMW 330i with the B46 engine. So at the last video I showed you how I installed the CST intake. In this video I'll show you how to install the heat exchanger, or you can say upgrade intercooler, because this is the heat exchanger or upgrade intercooler, you can say. These are for the G chassis. This is Dynan brand. I'm going to show you the steps how we're going to install this. So what I'm going to do is start to remove this cover. These are the small black clips. We're going to use this tool in order to move it. So once you remove this plastic, so we're going to pull it nice and slow. It's going to unclip it. We're going to remove these. Just take it easy. You don't want to tear it out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these bolts. These are 13 millimeter. So now once you open those 30 millimeter bolts, now we're going to use Torx 30 to open one of this, one of that, one of this. So 3 bolts in total. One of that, 3 bolts in total. Before you pull this, just make sure you take this cable off. This is the cable for the hood. That's how you open the hood latch. Slowly slide it. There you go. So now what I'm going to do is open this bolt and this bolt so I can get some clearance to see what I'm going to take it off. So I'm going to go ahead with the same Torx T30. Go. Okay, before we go ahead unclip this, I'm gonna show you this part. This is very important. So this is the coolant reservoir. Just make sure your car is cool. And right now this car is hot, so as you see it's kind of wet. What I did was I just kind of go anti-clockwise. It released the pressure and drops some coolant from it, and which makes it safer, because if you do it other way, you can really burn yourself and it can literally blast the whole cap on you. So be mindful of it. Before you do that, just make sure the car is thoroughly cooled down before you can proceed with this procedure. So the next step is gonna be, we're gonna remove this splash shield, the one in the front, the small one. These have these small bolts. The size is 5/16. They're about 12 in total around it. We're gonna remove this so we can drain the coolant. Okay, so another thing before we remove, we have to make sure this coolant pipe is going to the heat exchanger. So in order to remove this, it's gonna be a small, like just like the one you took it off from the top. So you're gonna use a flat screwdriver, pry it, and then you're gonna pull it down. Just make sure you have a bucket so you can drain all the coolant on it. So the next step is gonna be this. After make sure the coolant is cooled down and everything, I'm gonna go ahead, use a flat screwdriver. Go ahead, pop it up and slowly pull it down. Just be careful. The coolant will leak from here. Just be mindful of it. So I took it off. As you see, it's kind of wet over here. The coolant came out over here. So be mindful of that one. So what I'm gonna. So another thing before we remove, we have to make sure this coolant pipe is going to the heat exchanger. So in order to remove this, it's gonna be a small, like just like the one you took it off from the top. So you're gonna use a flat screwdriver, pry it, and then you're gonna pull it down. Just make sure you have a bucket so you can drain all the coolant on it. So I have removed that hose. Now the old coolant is being drained. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and then pull this, and then we're gonna install the new heat exchanger. So now I'll go ahead. I'm gonna use the towel because it's kind of sharp. Just be careful. I'm gonna go ahead and gently pull it. It's gonna come out. There you go. As you can see, the one on the left side is the old one. The one on the right I got a dine in. And I'm gonna go ahead and install the one on the right. So I have installed this upgrade heat exchanger. As you can see, is way more thicker than this other one, but it's pretty much that's it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put some coolant and make sure I bleed this off. I'm gonna show you how to do that too. So now I have added the coolant. I don't think you can see it, but I'm gonna go ahead and start the car, and then I'm gonna see how much coolant it needs. When it stops, so what I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna open this valve so it can bleed the air from here. Once you go ahead, fill the coolant, make sure it's closed, and then open this bleeder valve. Once you're gonna open it, it's gonna make some bubbles. If you stop the bubbles and it starts leaking the coolant, that means you're good to go. Close it back up, that means there's no air in the system, you're good to go. Now what I'm gonna go ahead, just make sure I'm gonna go test drive the car to make sure everything is good to go.